Hey fans, it's me, Aaron, for a comic show. I'm in the Geek Easy. We got a big stack of comics, and last week, thank you to everyone who came out for our big sale. It was insane. We did this whole thing up in the Geek Easy as if it was a comic book convention. We had the tables and the backdrops and all that stuff and crazy good prices on tons of stuff. Like we sold through like 200 Funko Pops. The boxes were kind of scratched and dented, but 3 for $10, they flew out of here, and that was a blast. We're gonna do it again. We'll probably do that every 3 months now, once a quarter. That's not oversaturation. So anyway, this week, lots of good books. Starting with DC, Rebirth is still hitting. I mean, there's still hit after hit. And the ones that are few issues in, the direction is solid. It's good. I like it. Deathstroke started well. The things that I wasn't fond of the old Deathstroke stuff pretty much has fallen away. And I like Christopher Priest. I loved him in Black Panther back in the day, like the Marvel Knights days, like late 90s, early aughts. He did Quantum and Woody. I don't know what he's done lately in comics. I don't think much, other than maybe more Quantum and Woody. I don't know, but this was good. Deathstroke Rebirth is if you're a fan of Deathstroke, you'll like it. I'm not saying that the stuff before it, it was a different take. They made him younger. They did different things with him, but this is the Deathstroke that you know and love if you're a Deathstroke fan, much like all Rebirth is for the existing characters. It's cleaning them off and saying, what makes this character tick? What do fans like about this character? Okay, we're gonna do that. And I'm digging it. Superwoman, this is, it's Lois Lane. We knew this from when someone at DC named a JPEG Lois Lane Superwoman, and it's like, oh, it's Lois Lane. But I mean, Superwoman is Lois Lane. I mean, she was that in All-Star Superman with Grant Morrison, and this is the regular Lois, the New 52 Lois. When the New 52 Superman passed, he became like energy going everywhere, and it went into Lois and another character. And yeah, they're in here, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I actually really liked it. It's one of those books where it's like, I would have dug a Lois Lane book, but she have to be super powered, and I guess she does to have it sell, but it's Phil Jimenez writing and drawing. He's great, always loved his work, love his costume designs, loved it when he designed the Tempest costume back in the day. And yes, there's things I'm not saying about this book because there's spoilers, there's surprises. You flip through the pages and you see certain things, you'll be like, oh crap, that's awesome. So sit down and read it if you at all like Lois Lane or the Superman mythos or the other supporting characters. There's good stuff in those pages. New Superman continued with Batman of China, Wonder Woman of China, Superman of China, Made in China is the storyline, and I'm digging it. I'm liking it. So, I mean, if you see that and you're like, no, I don't want that, then pass on it. There's plenty of other good Rebirth stuff, but I'm liking it. Red Hood and the Outlaws, I stopped reading it with the New 52 thing. I'm not a Lobdell fan. If you are, wonderful. I'm not. But this intrigued me with Bizarro and Artemis as this mirror reverse trinity with Red Hood as the Batman character, obviously. And again, the Rebirth issue was all Red Hood. This issue is all Red Hood again. There's another character, one of these other two characters, appear on the last page. So if you are a Jason Todd Red Hood fan, you're still going to get a whole lot of good stuff, a whole lot of Jason Todd. I liked it, and like I said, I'm not a Lobdell fan by any stretch of the imagination. I don't I hate the guy. I'm just not a fan. And but the first 2 issues of this, I have liked. So moving on to stuff that I am a wholehearted fan of, can't wait for more. I talked to the dude at San Diego, Joshua Williamson, Flash. This book is amazing. This book is where the Rebirth battles are going to happen. This is what Jeff Johns is letting Williamson, who is a super Flash fanboy, DC Universe fanboy, he's letting him do this stuff. He's going to let him do the actual what Rebirth is with the missing 10 years and the Watchmen character or characters. We never know. Rorschach could have been impersonating the Question the whole time. Who knows? But Dr. Manhattan, obviously, we've seen him blow up people, and I'm excited. And Flash, it's a good story. And for some reason, there's a bunch of more Flashes, a bunch of more people superpowered. And is it our universe preparing for the coming battle with Dr. Manhattan? Maybe. I mean, that's me speculating. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, Really liking this book, really liking the art. Vendetti's on fire with it. This book had my favorite Guy Gardner, his mission and what he's doing, and I like that. And I don't know if I mentioned in a previous video, but I talked to Vendetti at length in a bar, a Hyatt bar at San Diego, and he told me his plans for Guy Gardner, and they are freaking solid. He has a handle on what makes Guy Gardner tick, and I'm excited for it. So yes, it's Hal Jordan's book, but Guy Gardner has a mission, has a purpose. He's in this issue with that mission, and it's cool. And you're getting that from Guy Gardner's biggest fan, Aaron Holland. So there's that. And Wonder Woman, this is another part of the origin story, but it's cool. It is cool how when we have her currently, she's trying to piece together her backstory, her origin, the lies she's been told, what's the truth, all that. But then every other issue, we get a year one story where we're getting what her origin is and why, and resetting that and telling us exactly what it is. And Rucka is hitting all the notes, and it is good. So if you're reading that, keep reading it. If you're not, it's only an issue 4, jump on now. It's awesome. And this book I didn't even remember that I ordered. I didn't remember it was coming. Earth 1, Volume 2 of Teen Titans by Jeff Lemire, one of my favorite writers. And obviously I didn't read this whole thing yet. It's still in shrink wrap, but if you got Volume 1, you're gonna want 2. So it's out this week. And something that I did read and that I did love, and that I was so surprised how much I loved the first issue, Hanna-Barbera, The Flintstones, issue 2 is out. And if you liked issue 1, you're gonna love issue 2 because they get right in there with the religion stuff, right in there with the Morp. You know, Morp is like their god, praise Morp, whatever, Morp's love, blah, blah, blah. But they have like the first church of the Animus. Because, you know, the original religions was, you know, the animus, what animates animals, all that stuff. And, you know, like they were thirsty and they followed a bird and the bird took them to water and, you know, praise Morp, his eternal love keeps us alive. And then, of course, there's the Reformed Church of the Animus. And it's all religious satire and commentary. And it was good. It's good. I love this Flintstone book. Moving on to Marvel, we got this one-shot, The Accursed, The Accused. There's going to be the Accused one-shot and the Fallen one-shot. This is mainly Daredevil and Hawkeye because he's the one who did the deed that is, you know, if you didn't read Civil War 2, issue 3, you really should have by now. But yeah, just turn off the video now if you hadn't. But Hawkeye kills Bruce Banner. He just shoots him with an arrow. It's like tipped special that Banner gave him. Banner wanted him to kill him because he didn't want to ever become Hulk again. And he thought if he was going to Hulk out, then kill him. And he knew that Hawkeye not only would do it, but could live with himself doing it. And this is Hawkeye on trial, on the stand with Matt Murdock, Daredevil, defending him. And it was good. It was a good issue. And then we're going to have the Fallen one-shot, which is obviously about the Fallen, which is, spoiler, Bruce Banner. So, yeah, I mean, it's like an issue ago. So, I mean, 4's been out. So, sorry, but you kind of have to know what happened to know anything about what this issue is and why it's important. So that's what it is. Deadpool, Mercs for Money. I'm really digging this book because of Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I'm so excited about her being in canon and with Deadpool because she plays off of Deadpool so well as we saw in the movie. So I'm excited for her to be one of the Mercs for Money, or at least some type of thorn in his side. Spider-Man. This says before Dead No More. It's basically the 0 issue of Dead No More, which was kind of like the Free Comic Book Day, had stuff with that in it. This is not stuff that was in the Free Comic Book Day, but it's the same writer, obviously Dan Slott. And for some reason, dead supporting characters, dead villains, dead characters in Peter's world are back to life. And why and how this is going to play out is pretty darn interesting. So if you were not getting Spider-Man and thinking maybe this would be a good jump on point, you're right, this is. You can jump on here, not even care about what happened before, and just accept that Peter is at this place with the Parker Industries things. He's a worldwide, he's basically like Tony Stark, businessman, whatever. Just go with it, and these great supporting characters are back, and we'll see what happens. And we'll see what Peter does, because he's been so racked with guilt over all this death that surrounds him, that some has been his fault. And you know, he made that claim issues ago with Dan Slott's run that no more death. no more. Not one more person dies on my watch, and then Dead No More comes out, and it's like, oh, well, we'll see what Dan Slott has to say with this, because he's good. Black Panther is awesome. Everyone loves it. It's selling better than almost anything else Marvel's doing. Issue 5's out. It's getting its own spin-off book. It's great. I think the movie is going to pick up on notes of this. It's fun stuff. And there is a big, crazy status quo change, spoiler weirdness in Spider-Man Deadpool 8 that I'm not going to say what it is, but it's crazy, it's cool, and it's there. We're almost to the end of Darth Vader's run, the Gillen Darth Vader. This is issue 24. 25 is the final. All the shit hits the fan here. Everything comes to a crescendo. And before that, we get a bunch of stuff like, remember Splinter in the Mind's Eye? Remember on Dagobah where Luke fights Vader and then Vader's mask goes away and it's Luke's face and he's like, well, Vader's trapped in one of those kind of dream sequences things, and he's Anakin, and there's Obi-Wan, and there's Padme, and there's all this crazy drama that is done well with great dialogue. So it's kind of like what you saw on the screen for the movie, but with great dialogue, and things are, since it's a memory that is emotional, it happens way more dramatic and way more crazy, and I super enjoyed it. So if you're a Vader fan, seriously get that. It's awesome. Moving on to some indie stuff. Black Monday Murders is Jonathan Hickman's new book. This is like exercise, probably like triple size. It's freaking thick as hell. It is $4.99, but it's definitely worth it. And it's a return to his really dense stuff, his really dense conspiracy craziness with like the text pages and just all kinds of nutty Hickman stuff with graphs and charts and redacted stuff and whatnot. Like if you're a Hickman fan, this is what you want, because this is pure Hickman. And it's set in 1929 America. If you're not familiar with that, that was the fall of the stock market, the Great Depression. And was it some kind of devil worship stuff? Of course, the Mammon, God of Mammon, God money. You remember that Nine Inch Nails song? That's what this is. Yeah. So did everything fall apart because we stopped worshiping Satan or didn't worship him well enough? Is that why we put God we trust on our money after that? I don't know, but I'm sure it's going to be in here. And the first issue was great. Just a lot of questions, a lot of information that I don't know what to do with, but I enjoyed it. Hillbilly, issue 2's out. Issue 1, we sold so many copies. It's sold out everywhere. It's the same dude that does The Goon, and this is his ongoing, his creator-owned ongoing, and I dig it. So if you want it, it's one per customer because I don't care. Number 1 sold out and is going for more money, so hey, we have it, cool. I like it, so I'm talking about it, but only get it if you really want it. And Jim Henson's Labyrinth 30th anniversary special. There's a few covers of this, they're all great. And yes, almost all of this was printed in other ways before, in a whole bunch of separate things like Free Comic Book Day issues and different specials and summer special blasts and whatever the hell else, short stories and whatnot. But here it is all under one cover, all together, and it's a great cover. All the covers are great, and it's for the 30th anniversary. So if you are a fan of Labyrinth, you need to get it because it's awesome. We got 2 cool coloring books I'm going to mention. They're both Nickelodeon based, I guess. It's Ninja Turtles, Kicking It Old School, which was a lot of fun. I flipped through here, and there's all kinds of stuff from both the comic and the cartoons. And you see 3 different versions right here on the back cover. That was cool. And Nickelodeon The Splat is 90s Nickelodeon cartoons. Like all the 90s Nickelodeon cartoons you can possibly remember, except for Doug, because of whatever that was with Disney. But if you name another Nickelodeon 90s cartoon, it's in here. Rugrats, Modern Life, definitely Hey Arnold. There's everything, just everything. Ren and Stimpy, it's here, it's awesome. And Cartoon Network, I was so thrilled with how these came out. We got the blind box, Titan Cartoon Network, and what I like so much about it, why I bought multiple cases, is it's both old school and new school. And I like both old school and new school. I'm not some type of like purist. I'm not someone that just likes the new stuff or just likes the old stuff. This is Samurai Jack, Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Lab, DD, like DD, no! And also regular show and Gumball, as you see here, the one I opened, Steven Universe, so much good stuff. Grimm, even Uncle Grandpa. Like, I don't watch that show yet, but it might be all right. I don't know. But yeah, it's great. I'm excited about it. We have it. Maybe your local comic shop has it if you're a Cartoon Network nut like me. I freaking love that stuff. So great week. Lots of great comics. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.